Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue the Let's Play of Pyanodons, where we last episode just automated a lot of the base and got yet another part of our Formica thing to get our circuits up and running or automated. So today we'll look at the next part of this. So if we're going to look here, we have fiber boards now. But to get this, we'll get urea, and we'll try to get that from manure. The bacteria one, we can already make that, so just needs a few more inputs, but other than that, we have it all. And to get the manure, we have to go into some of the Pyanodon Life mod. So that means we'll have to get to Argos stage 1. That means we'll have to go land animals and start to get a cage, which will need a few things. And then we can go to Okra. Bee wasp hybrid, that sounds horrible. Some land things that poops, or they all poop. No, that makes combs, that poops. And one of these. Classify animals. Yeah, let's try and do this one. Because the other ones require more things, and we can also go with that one. Oh, that doesn't make manure. Let's go for this one, as we planned, and see how it goes when we continue. So while that is going, while land animals stage 1 is getting researched, we should have a bit of a look around the base and see what else we need. As we just saw in here, we do require a few things to be made. If we go into this one, we have to get Nexilite plate, and we have to get DURALUMIN. I think this one is the first one we're going to go for, because that's needed for faster inserters as well. And it's very easy to do. We pretty much just need the research for it. We should drag this. I should get this one first. I think that is more important. Let's just get our land-based afterwards, and then do. So as soon as this one is done, we can start to get that part in advanced foundry. That's fine. I'll just continue to handcraft simple circuits. We have a surplus of iron of copper finally. And things are slowly starting to get emptied out from these places. Meaning that we'll have to go and look a bit further away to find what we need. I'm just noticing the copper is actually down here. The same with some iron. But we still have a patch of about a few million before that becomes necessary. We'll just have to remember to get it. So handcrafting some simple circuit boards still. Just because I don't want to run out of them. That would be the worst thing that could happen right now. So let's check this recipe. Melamine. Ooh, that requires a few things. In one of these reactors, that one we can easily make. No problem. But acid is made from this as well, so we can't really do anything until we have some animals that can make this. So that is already locked behind that. Formaldehyde, methane is moondrop seeds. That's locked behind something else, so that means we'll have to get into Moondrop stage 1, which is under the tree thing. So we actually have to do this and that one afterwards. So what you think? Yeah, probably should have increased the richness or increased the size and richness, so there wasn't that many like this. But to be honest, we just need to get some trains up at some point and get transported in. But yeah, default settings might not be the optimal conditions for starting a Pyanodons. Because as you can see, iron, I have 700 here, then I have 3.5 down here. Other than that, I have to get quite far away to get what I need. And everything is a lot more expensive. So in that regards, it might be better doing huge patches. But oh well, we'll live with it for now, and then we'll see if we can, if it becomes a huge issue going forward. I'm guessing just getting a few trains to move it around could help, and with TSM it shouldn't be too bad to set up. But yeah, going with bigger ones could probably be a bit better. So we need one of you at some point. How big are you? And you can make both of the things we need. Yeah, it will be an issue on the server as well. If it's an issue for me, it's going to be an issue for you. And trains is a bit far off, I think. Train is not the closest thing. Train stop is locked behind automated transportation. So, well, as soon as we get trains, it's not that big of a deal. We'll just have to transport items in. Of course, we'll have to spend a bit of time setting up the outposts. But with TSM, it's rather easy to do. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes to set up an outpost. So that is what I'm counting on. It could be fun if Pyanodon and King, the mod authors, did some kind of... this is the default settings for a Pyanodon, to have at least an optimal start, like removing biases maybe, and adjusting the ore patches to a certain size. That could be quite cool. But yeah, that is fine. Foundries, that's going. This one is pretty much the next one. We could set up some foundries to make it in a little bit. That's both gonna get delivered. And that's fine. Let's see here. I was thinking about, look at this one. And Dura, setting up the production area for this one, since as soon as it's done, I can do it. And how much of this do we need? It's used for... Oh, it's going to be used for a lot of things. So you might have to do an entire... Yeah, create a bit, a bit. And that we probably need a mod that's going to add in ore patches at some point if it goes completely bad. Hey, Androsi. That might be what we need. Let's just get this set up, to be honest. It goes with, oh, it's without heat. That's a lot easier to set up. What if we just set it up right here? Do we have any advanced furnaces? I was crafting them, but I think they got used. So we could, in theory, let's just do one for now. Also, we can't choose it. Oh, Nexi plates. Does need raw, so that's also quite easy to do. That's the other thing we need to do. But yeah, we need 2 in, 1 out. So maybe 2 next to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it needs quite a lot of steps, and I need to go into. I actually need pretty much all of this to get through it. So as soon as I get that, it's not gonna be too bad, hopefully. We'll do a requester, 2 requesters I think we'll do. Then we'll do 1 passive provider. Because then I can set copper in one of them, and I can set aluminum in the other one. You will be copper. Copper plates, You're hiding right there. 500, a bit overkill. Let's go with 100. And you will be the aluminium. Let's go with 100 as well. Because then as soon as the research is done, I can change these into what they need to be. And you'll go out, you'll limit it to 1 stack. Don't want to buffer too much. I don't think that's fun to do. So let's just mark you on the map as Dura. And what is done now is that as a copper one, so we can in theory just take you away and recycle these into different things. Oh, that's a bit of... Let's do this. Oh, it's just going to empty it out. That's fine. So research is going to be done. Let's... Oh, I can't reach. That's typical. Do it like that, maybe. That means we can now take it. There we go. And look at that. As easy as that, we have DURALUMIN. DURALUMIN. However it's pronounced. That's not one of my courses. So that is fine. That also means we in theory can get faster inserters. But I won't do it yet since we haven't automated the next thing. We need to look for Nexi something. What is that called? It was called Nexi something or another. Nexilite. That was from a raw Nexilite that could be mined, so we just have to look for it. What does Nexilite look like? Good question. That's titanium. Tin, raw coal. Molybdenum. Oh, that's probably not right. Okay. Biosample tin. Yeah, I can't find it anywhere. Do any of you know what kind of color it has? The Nexi something. It can't be mined. Oh. So. Thank you for the follow, Web. Oh, and thanks for the hi. So we can get it from Nexilite Reserve. Oh, a Nexi mine. Oh, great. I can't do that. How do I get it? Oh, we have to get it with Nexilite processing, so I have to get this one, to be honest. Well, that is quite... Yeah, I just found that that is gonna be a bit of a challenge to get to this one. Tailings. I can't remember where we get tailings. Oh, but don't we need urea for tailings? Oh, tailings can of course be made some other way as well. We have to find a tailing somewhere. Well, we need to get the research first. So to be honest, we should just spend a bit of time focusing on increasing our what's called research speed. That seems to be what we need to do. Because we have enough resources flowing around right now. It seems... Oh, a glass finally cut up is actually a basic substrate that's lacking for once. I think that is a new first. Incubated petri dish. What? I thought we had so many of those glass things. Oh, it's agar. Agar is down here. What are you missing? Oh. Oh, that was stupid. That's by itself not automated yet. That makes sense why it's not going as intended. Look at that. It's right here. Not getting any steam in. Should probably move it out a bit if I was doing this correctly. I think we can actually do this if we wanted to. Let's do a simple one for now. Oh, don't do that. That was stupid. Need to request in a bit of coal. Or maybe even coke. Let's give like 50 coke. It has better burn value. I think it should be fine. And that will start this one up again. So that might actually be a reason why we don't have that much. We'll also have to move it out. That works, that's fine. So we should probably find some place to put it instead. Things are slowly but surely buffering up. Yeah. We're gonna look forward to getting land animals. That should at least give us something. So science is gonna stop very soon because of that little mishap with Daga. We should probably set up a much better science setup. That might actually be what we can do the rest of this episode. Setting up a very nice one of these. Yeah, let's do that. We have most of the things here, to be honest. We can just add in more. Or we can make an entirely new cell doing science. This is tree sap. This is a mix of things. So this one should be moving now. We should probably just add in some more that makes this. Just to make sure this is not lacking. And to be honest, change this up a bit so it actually has undergrounds instead. Not underground, sorry. Loaders to get it in and out. Just to save a bit on power. That is always good to have. But feature this production, among other things, is what is lacking. Let's do this. Let's just move. Oh, you're not limited. My bad. Let's move you somewhere else where you're not really in the way. You can go over here instead. There you go. And you can have that back. Then I can do a few of these down, just to expand out how much science we are producing. And it's microorganism. Three, 4. That one is done as well now, so you can go away. Did I make the wrong one? It was the right one. Oh, there we go. Now at least increase the production for these. And I want to get incubated petri dishes as well. They're made over here. So pretty much moving those 3 into one cell might not be a bad idea. Could start from the bottom over here and have those 3 together. Let's try that. take you free. We can just kind of go over here for now. That also means that you are fine. You just need the petri dish. It means I can take you from down here in a second. As soon as I steal this one. I'd like to take you down here instead. And start right here just to save a bit on resources. And then we just need that guy over here. Because these are catching up nicely now. That is good. That is good. That just means we need water in to get that to flow. So what if we just do this? We have a water one set up so many places now. We might as well just steal one of them. So I'd like to take you, please. You can go. Let's try this for now and see if this works. One of you. And if we have this one, I'll input output water. Then we'll just build along this line what it's used for. In this case, it's used for this one. And if I set you right there, should actually not be a bad place in terms of having the same blueprint. Because remove that one. I'll then hook up the water. Could maybe move this one somewhere else or keep them as one in. So what if we do this instead? See, in here I can actually do that one and right there. Request Coke. Means Coke is going to go in. That's going to produce the steam into this one. In theory, we need 2, I think. Oh, it only needs 100, so this is fine. Then we'll just need 2 in. So we'll do in, out, there, and there. That's completely wrong. That works like that. You'll request the mass. You will get out a gap. That should mean that this one should start up right away when we hook this up. And that means we can pretty much do a little jump on this one. Maybe we could do the same down here to have it look the same. Like that. And then we can actually take you 1, 2, 3 right there. Right there. And we'll take this part and put it there instead. High pressure. Yeah. The problem about having drone miners. Yeah, that is a good point to some degree. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But this is at least working now. It should output, just needs some power. And then we at least have double production. This means that this can get some. We just need to make sure we have enough petri dishes. That has enough. Can we just expand you out a bit more to make sure you run fast enough? Oh, did we get the land-based animals done there? I think we did. No, I haven't tested it yet on Looper. And let's see, land-based animals. Guy's gonna give us the cage. Right there. Oh, we need titanium and solder for that. That means we have to go get lead and other things. Let's see here, if we just look at the cage. Titanium plates, titanium ore, should be easy enough. Needs hot air, of course. And the solder is tin and lead, so we just need to go get some lead to fix that. So now that these are producing, hopefully fast enough, this is making incubated petri dish a lot faster. Then the only thing we should be missing is that is going quite fast as well now. That's actually fine. Glass is good, so that actually increased the production quite a bit. To be honest, I think if we just change this around a small amount, we can make it way better by doing this. 1, 2, 1. Because right now it takes too long to get things in. So there. Now let's like to take you away. You'll request glass. Glass vial. Get 50, that's fine. And you will get substrate, just get 100. It's fine. That should, in theory, make this go a bit faster. Yeah, so it shouldn't increase the throughput that much if you use drones that way. Because only one on it is not going to do anything in terms of throughput. And I think most things are blocked off by research, but yeah, I haven't gone that far into this yet to know. But I increased the science production quite a bit. At least it's running full speed. Now it's all of the rest of the things behind can handle it. That is the next thing. Could in theory move this one down in this cell as well. But let's let it run for a bit. Should we set up labs? No, we shouldn't. And to double this, we'll need 8. So I think this might be fine as long as it can run non-stop. And that seems to be the case. So let's go out and grab a ton of lead so we can make or solder. That first, I think we have lead over here. I think we marked it. That's raw coal. Tin, oil, sand. Do we have any lead somewhere? Oh, we had lead over here somewhere. Raw coal, titanium. I thought this was... That's raw coal. Where is the lead hiding? I was sure we had some here east of us. Was it just... Oh, it's because it's a color that's almost impossible to see. Let's just expand our network out there to be able to grab it. That way we at least have it in storage. I think that is the next thing we have to do. How far out is it? It's out here, so going that way, maybe just going straight over here might be better to not get too much zone 2 every time we do this, since we have them below. We have no rubber ports in storage. That's a bit of an issue. I can make a ton, so that might fine. Just give me that. That'll be fine. And I should be able to make it out to the area I need to go to. So there we go. Right here and even further. Slit right here. I think it might be, we're going to have a row port right on top. Of course we do. Also, we can always move that if we need to. When we have raw coal, kind of want to set up one for that one as well. Just to have it stored up for the future. Let's start by setting you up on the lead. Ooh, that requires something to mine. Acetite. Acid something? What's called? ACE. This one. Water and calcium carbide. Coke and lime. Lime, coke and limestone. That should be easy enough. Oh, and we have a surplus of carbon dioxide then. That is quite good. We'll just go back and fix that. We can just set up most of what we lit here. We need that one. So we'll just let this get built by our network, and then we can go and fix it later. Hopefully I have enough row ports just to connect it all up at least so it starts to build. I do. And then what's called our network should take care of the rest. Craft these. So we'll have to get that little part up and running. Shouldn't be too bad. Could just... Oh, it's probably put a raid out at some point. Maybe just setting it up in one of these. Because it's not that bad to do. Just requires a few steps even. Gasifier. Well, that's the gas vents I was looking for earlier. Gasifier. Let's start from the production end. That's sometimes a good way to do it. That's the one where I can get coal gas from tar. I want this one. It needs calcium carbide. But let's get you. We'll just need a bit of water in. Let's steal our water setup. You'll pretty much supply the water. We can turn you like, maybe like this. I'll get the water. You will jump. Let's have you right here for now. So we can expand down if needed. That will give us two things out. Slacked lime. That is used for some rather late game things. Yeah, we'll just kind of vent that for now. I think I saw a gas vent here. This is a gas that is. Might not be. Might have used a tidal pool to store it. We'll figure it out. Or a pie sinkhole. I think that will do to get it away. Oh, a sinkhole that requires power. Yeah, why not? And this one I'll have to store, because that one is what we need. And you'll go into barrels, as always. Right here. I'd like for you to ace. Fill that into barrels. And there we are. We just need the barrels in. Barrels out. There we are. Nope. There we are. Now get barrels flown in. Now go into here. Then it means it's ready as soon as this one starts to produce. Just needs one item in, and we can have it right here. So as soon as that is ready, as soon as we got that flowing, it'll start to request it, and that is good. The next step, if we looked at ace right here, was this one, Coke and lime. Is that used for a lot? I won't define that as a lot, so we might as well just do it in the same cell as this, since this is pretty much the only thing where it's in the only place it's needed. So high pressure. Let's see over here. Calcium carbide, and probably one here we get some of it from, lime and coke. Means we need another high pressure one. Let's just mark this out to get our lime. That should be easy enough to do. Coke we have, lime, that's fine. That gives us an output, one of them. We'll have to active provide that into the system so that gets used before the place we make it for usage. So you produce 2 lime every, or 10 lime every 5 seconds. You require, yeah, so that overproduces, so we'll have to give it its own row. So you'll have one output. Pretty much take you, throw you over here, change you to carbon. Please fill carbon barrels. That means you will stay right here for simplicity's sake. And jump that part. That means the next one doesn't really require anything, so that can be anywhere. Could do it in the same row if you wanted to, but let's do it in its own row. Maybe let's try right here. This needs 2 in and 1 out, so we'll do 1 out, 2 in. Out, and you'll get coke. Get 100, that's fine. And then you'll have the lime. Lime, not bad. I get 100, it's fine. That means this one will start to work that output, or calcium carbide that goes over here. This one just needs limestone and coke. And the coke one we can steal from up. We can steal this one from up here. We'll have it in between. Or if we have to take it down one. I think that'll be fine. That's the coke that's gonna go in. Limit you. Limit you. Gonna give us carbon out, and that's, of course, as I said before, will have to be an active provider. Then we just need lime in you. Oh, and that other one we have to get in. limestone. Okay. Also, it's none in storage, so we have to probably expand that out. But that should be all to automate that, and then we can get into lead. Just gonna mark this one as ace. So now we just have to go and mess a bit with the lime. The rest of this is hopefully set up correctly. If not, we will find out very soon. So the lime is all the way over here right now, and we might need a few more of those to make lime. Luckily, it just takes water and a bit of machinery. And sorry about the bit of a lagging, if you can see that. That's just my encoder. That is, wow, that's a mess. A bit annoyed with what I'm trying to do right now. So that's something I'll figure out for the next stream, so this doesn't happen. Yeah, great. So, do one more view, soil extractor. Means we have double production. Will that be enough for what we need? Don't know, but I'll have to change these anyway, because I want to get this somewhere else. Right now it's just kinda here in the middle of nowhere. Which is not an optimal place to have it. But hopefully that'll supply enough limestone for what we need. Let's see, we had 25.4, we should hit about 50 then. Oh, sorry, we should hit about 50 maybe. 40, so hopefully that supplies more than what we need for the base. Otherwise we have to give it an entire cell just for itself. Let's check one thing quickly. Yeah, I'm doing 100% robots, so it is going to be a lot, but I have in earlier Let's Plays I've done, I had more than 100,000 robots active to make my 4K science per minute megabase. So I'm hoping this is not going to be that big, because I'm going to transport the ores in by train and not do 100% robot. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see how badly it gets in this, but should move this up. Give this its own spot. Not doing this haphazardly. So what if I just do this instead? Please go up here. Oh, I should get walls in as well, but it's right next to water, so I won't do that right now. I might do it in the future, but for now at least, we'll just drag a pipe. It's not very modular to do this. Can you reach if I do two more? Move one more, so we'll do one. That should give us a 300% increase in outputs, so hopefully that's enough limestone going forward. Let's limit it a small amount. There we are. So hopefully our robots will take that. If you look over here, oh, I need to get some radars down. Yes. How's power looking? Have to get a new power up and running quite soon. But in theory, just set up a second one right here, right now. So if we just take this part, I could in theory just do it like that. Something's in the way. Is it me? Then we can just do that. That actually looks quite cool. And get a little pump in. And power that. Let's see if that will be... whoa. Pump. You'll just output the water to the system. There we go. And everything should get delivered. I think we set it up at some point. That means the coal is going to go into these. That means we've much just doubled our power. And hopefully that can do enough for us. Oh, and of course, remember to hook things up when you do it, guys. Otherwise, it's quite bad. So there we go. These will slowly start, and then power situation should be solved. 2 radars. Oh, 1, 2, 4. Let's do that for now. Then I want to go and have a little look at the other thing we're producing. We're pretty much just missing the limestone. And now that we have that, it should produce over here. We even marked that on the map. We didn't. I notice a function where I can just get it to show all of the inputs. Might be better, to be honest. I think it's, if you go into 4 and then say, the map, we do this one. Because there's so many different things, it might be easier. As you can see, if I delete this one, now I can see all the things showing what it's making. And that is sometimes a lot easier to figure out where everything is at if you do this. I might just keep this on since, yeah, there's too many things for me to mark it all out. But look at that. This is actually working just as intended. That means that one of the last things in this episode is just us going and hooking up the lead. This has already dragged out for almost an hour, or about 50 minutes soon. So let's try to keep him a bit under wraps and not just go completely mad because I'm having so much fun playing it. So you'll clean it up. You'll get something to fly it in. Could probably have done that from somewhere else, but you'll just need one of these. And then you'll just output what we need right into this one. Please output ace. Go. Come on, little robots. And then we'll just need some barrels in. Yeah, that is fine. Give it a small amount of power. And then the only thing I need to do now is request some of the barrels. Let's limit it a small amount. You can have 10 at a time. 30 at a time. That's fine. You want to buffer too much. And then we'll start to mine lead. It means I'll just maybe put down a radar out here firstly. Lost a bit of power, but I want to be able to see what's going on. So that is quite good. And yeah, I was looking to do this. Just get that part, put it on the side. Then we have a nice buffer of things that you'll just keep mining into. That is the lead sorted. We can leave you now. You can easily collect things as we go. And what do we then have over here? We have most of the things for animals made. So go back and what we're looking for. Was it cage as well we're looking at some point? We also need to set up titanium. What requires the same to mine? Well, that's just lucky. I should probably limit what's it called, the passive providers up here. I think that worked. Let's just do a copy to check. Yeah. Just limit the chest so it only have 500 in each, because we do use gas to make it. I kind of want to set up titanium as well. Did we have titanium somewhere? I think we did. Oh, right there. So the last thing this episode is just going to be us setting up titanium. This will get delivered, mixed out in between. But wait, that has that. Could probably just set up titanium as well. It seems we have to do a lot more limestone, since that is going into science as well. So hooking up titanium and calling it an episode. Luckily titanium is exactly the same as lead. So we have it right here. That makes it very easy to do. Titanium. Here is some titanium. That one. Here is some minus. Bit overkill having that many, I think, for now. Let's take you, throw you right here. So we have about 2,500 in storage. Get that one as well. There we are. Can just, oh, it can't fit in because I did it wrong. Can you move it someplace where I can keep it inside? Let's do it there instead. Doesn't matter at all. It's just because I want to have it look a bit pretty. And some power. So let's get delivered. That means that our little dudes here will start to mine titanium for us. Let's just see one get delivered. And then we'll end the episode on a high note of getting titanium up and running as well. There we go. Our little people. So, yeah, I'll end the episode here. We've gotten a ton done. Our base is slowly expanding out, getting bigger and bigger. So that is very nice. We will, of course, have to do many more things until we even scratch the surface of this mod pack, but it is good. So with that, I'll end the episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please remember to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please remember to hit the subscribe button and come follow us on Twitch. We're having a blast over here, and it's always nice talking with you guys. So with that, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.